Goals. Okay, guys, I want to rate where we're at currently, guys. I like to do this obviously every 90 days. These 6 areas just here, just on your pad, 1 to 10 and why, guys. So I know it's like, fuck, I hate doing this. Business, daily routine, health, finances, relationships, spirituality, guys. We're literally going to only spend 2 minutes on this. We're going to start to move really fast through this stuff so we can go into rhythms and whatnot. All right, guys, I'm going to ask you just the top 2 going around, like essentially your rating and why. So business and daily routine.
Business and 6 and 7.
6 and 7. So why is your business 6?
Uncertainty at the moment.
Okay. Just with direction.
Not from the old direction too, I guess.
Which way to go?
Also just in the mud at the moment.
Okay.
And
Alright.
7, I feel like the routine sorted. Better than normal.
Yeah, cool.
What are we giving? Top 2?
Top 2, no, business and daily routine.
Oh, sorry. Business 7, because I haven't got a clear growth plan.
Yep.
Which is annoying me. I keep saying that for weeks. Daily routine.
Yep.
8. I feel like
Cool.
we're switching on and off with things.
Awesome. Fantastic. For yourself, mate?
Yep. Business 5. Last 90 days I've executed well from what I've sort of built before that. But I've been distracted, which means what's I've missed in the last catch up to me.
Yep. Cool. Awesome.
Daily routine 5. I don't have the control I want yet with like daily rituals, sleep, and the amount of time I'm back on the floor with hours because of staffing issues.
Yep. All right.
And getting out and about like gyms and sort of stuff. So
Awesome.
Yeah, business 6 out of 10. I just feel I'm not where I want to be at the moment with my business. I feel that I need to set like a proper foundation. Like for example, what you're going through with the KPIs, tracking, stuff like that. I still need to have those in place so I can start scaling. Daily routine, 7 out of 10. Yeah, I'm still making changes on that, but it's improved compared to last year.
Cool.
Business split down to 5. I feel like we're halfway to our initial 12-month goal, so we're on track and we've still got some systems in a good place, so we're going alright. It's going to be a couple of months. And daily routine, I put down to 5. I sort of let myself get a little bit overwhelmed over the last month as well with a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah.
So, maybe get some sleep back and sort some of that stuff out.
All right. Cool. Awesome.
Business is a 5, just uncertainty, team. It's going to be a lot of change when we get back, and been a lot of change the last few months. And daily routine 5, because I'm a bit overwhelmed, too much, like spreading myself really thin, which is then affecting like family time and things like that. So, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I feel like business is a 6, even though we've come a long way in the last 3 months, which has been like done really well. We're like about halfway to where we should be. We've got a lot of work to do. That's okay. So there's room for a lot of room for improvement. Daily routine 6. I guess I think my only like solid shit I do is like go to RBT like every fucking day, and that kind of sets up the rest of my day.
Yep.
It falls apart all the time. And
Yep.
yeah, that's like the one thing I don't miss.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Business 7.5, I guess growth and opportunities is definitely there the last few months, and we've got some good opportunities moving forward, and quite happy with the staff at the moment.
Yep.
Really happy with them. Daily routine 6, that was probably 8 a little while ago. I guess it's because of my changing role. I'm not the manager of Hoppers anymore, so now I'm doing different high value stuff, so I'm still trying to get my head around all that, make it as efficient as possible.
Awesome. Cool.
Business now, I sort of scaled it from judging on where I am and where I want to be, so I've said 3.
Yep.
So we're still a long way from 15 divisions running fairly smoothly. We're still struggling to get one division run smooth. So we're heading in the right direction, but from where I want to be, we're a 3.
Yep.
Daily routine's pretty low, 2, 3. I really don't have a routine at the moment. It's just spotting fires all
day. Yeah. So just getting back into actually creating a routine around that.
Yeah.
Just.
Are we doing the highest or lowest? I'm a bit confused.
No, just business and daily routine.
Oh, okay, sweet. Business, I scored an 8. I scored myself an 8 out of 10. Because I feel like we're moving forward really strong at the moment. Wouldn't give it any higher than that because I feel like there's a lot of new obstacles that we're coming up against that are just like new challenges that we're learning to work around. Daily routine, I gave us an 8 out of 10 for that. Basically, since the last catch up, I've been really effectively sticking to my new routine. The only thing holding me back with regards to that is if something does throw me off, the ability to get back onto that routine as quickly as possible. Because I can tend to revert back to old habits.
Okay, cool, awesome. Now guys, what we're going to do is I just want to look 1 year in advance from now, because we need to actually create a clear path for this, so it gives you a bit of clarity and certainty, right? Now there might be questions around this. I want you to rate it in 1 year and why. Like why would it be, maybe it's a 6 or a 4 or a 5, like in 1 year for your business. What does that look like then? And daily routine. I'm not going to worry about your health, your finances, relationship, spirituality. I just really want you to focus on these top 2, okay? So business and daily routine, what will you rate it at in 1 year's time, okay? And what does that mean, okay? So maybe write 3 sentences on these answers, okay? So 3 sentences on our business, rate it where it's going to be in a year and why. Your daily routine, where it's going to be in 1 year and why. 3 sentences for each. Todd, we're going to focus just on these 2 now. In 1 year's time, where is your business going to be? 1 to 10. Daily routine going to be 1 to 10. And 3 sentences for each answer.
Oh, that's my product in the background there.
Pay me for that. Okay, now. I need to do that. Another thing with that, guys, I don't mean to interrupt you as well. When I said to them, like my partners, when we went together, I was like, guys, like I have a massive integrity as far as like I said I was only going to have this many partners and I've kept it. But because we're not going to hit our goals, if we don't come together, I'm going to have to go out and I'm going to sell 50 franchises.
Okay. Well, I've already.
So it's like a little strong arm, a little bit at the same time. It's like otherwise we can't hit our goals.
We've already
we need to hit our goals.
with this because we're seeing obviously the same issues that you can.
So then they're like, oh fuck, I don't want to do that, and okay, like they just all came together because they realise it's the greater good for their fucking future.
And then like that one that you're saying, it's gonna have to get the fruit that you
Yeah. It's like one of the guys is working in construction now. Yeah, it's 1.5% only. Another girl, she's doing customer experience, working 1 day a week, and she's on 20K. And she on 1.5 days a week, and she just goes and interviews members on like secret shops everywhere. Like just you can come up with a couple of jobs really small to keep them involved. I'm CEO. Like if you don't have me, you're gonna hire a CEO that's gonna be on exactly the same. And Liv doesn't actually get a wage. So like it doesn't matter. Like we both could have wages, but then looking at it, just go 1 minute, guys. Looking at it, like no one even knows what I get paid because it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, like we have a general manager and like we have a bunch of people, so they don't have. Yeah. So it's a little bit more open with everyone, and like you have a profit loss quarterly and stuff like that because now you have shareholders. But for us, it gives us just ease of fucking growth. So much more control. And like if we do sell and I don't take a wage, then they're like, oh, you don't pay, like they need a CEO in there about 300 to 400K when we sell. So I have to take the wage, otherwise, it's a false business. Yeah. So that's why we sort of say it to them as well. So, and like without me, like you guys are fucked. Yeah. So like legit, like something like it's not, and that's not ego. That's what it's like. It's the reality. You guys are fucked. So like the guys understand that as well. Exactly. So you just have to it's having a one-on-one conversation with everyone on the same day, not like on multiple days, and then you can sort of like.
Like I said, I kind of broached it with them already, saying that
we need to change tact.
Exactly. And also selling the bigger picture.
Yeah, we want to sell. Yeah.
I'm in 2 studios.
Why do you want 2 shares? Like, That
And
does.
then one couple that we have, they open one, now they open two.
Yeah.
They're like, we want to open 5.
Yeah.
So he's like right on board with that.
Yeah. It's just like it's selling the different vision to different people. Some people want security, some people want this, some people want that. So just making sure you understand. I'll come back to you guys at the end. All right, guys. Well, let's go around. Chaucer starting this side this time. In 1 year's time, okay, rate these two and give me the 3 sentences. Why?
Business, I said 9 out of 10, and basically for myself, that's steady, strong growth of the franchise company. Having effective managers in my 2 clubs with a highly operating team. Then basically having strong training support system set up for my franchisees. For the
Daily routine,
like 10 out of 10 for myself. That would be basically following the same system I'm using at the moment, just refined. So basically that's making sure I'm always setting my goals for myself, mapping out my weekly, monthly, quarterly schedule and plan, reviewing that each week, ensuring I have time for the family and my own training each day, and basically like getting all my work like done within like my set times. Actually being able to have a few hours to do something for myself each day.
Awesome.
That'd be amazing.
Great. I think I would just clarify a little bit more. It's like steady growth of franchises, like how many? So it's like, yeah, so it's like 4? Is that, yeah, 10? Yeah, so it's like that's it, right? So it's just having that in there. It's like 10 franchises sold. So the more clarity around it, the more numbers, the more you can work towards something as a pinpoint. Because in a year's time, it's like, yeah, steady growth, two steady growth for some people.
Totally. I guess what I mean by steady growth is like instead of like 12 months divided by sort of 10 of them, actually having sort of like less at the beginning, figuring out the systems and then expanding upon that. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Business 6, we'll have 2 divisions with a dashboard up and running, which is nearly completed, just tracking everyone's performances. We'll have 17, 2 project managers and a sales rep. We'll be in our own office / factory and servicing our clients exceptionally well. Daily routine will be a 7, spending from 6 to 8 every morning on myself, so whether it be fitness or whatever I want to spend more time in the morning doing. Filling out my calendar every single day, that sort of gets forgotten about from time to time. And then home by 4:30 to spend a quality couple of hours with my kids each night.
Awesome. Love it, mate. Brad?
So the business is growing under the manager without my sort of input from day to day anyway. Focus is opening studios, probably on another 2 by 12 months. And strong training for the systems, for the staff and teaching them the systems and making sure they're all on board 100%. The daily routine, we're going to move back to Sydney probably end of this year, so it's going to be like a fish out of water for a little bit. I'm assuming that it's going to be a very different role up there. Giving myself a 9 to 5 work day, not working on weekends, just like you. I think that's everyone in this room. And consistently looking back at those goals and mapping them out, making those plans and referring back to them.
Okay, cool.
I don't think I'll do that as much.
So you probably want to, or you're gonna have to? You're probably gonna. One's wishy-washy, right?
Absolutely.
It's like, again, guys, the words you use are so crucial when you say things like this, because probably gives you the ability to justify, well, I said probably 2, but 1's okay, right? If you say, I'm gonna do 2, I'm gonna be specific, this division's this. Like the more specifics, it's like, did you win or lose, right? A lot of us don't want to be specific because that means we could lose. But the more you're specific, then you fucking fight to win, right?
Could be 3.
Could be. Okay, cool. It's like definitely 2, push for 3. So it's like that's the language we use for it. Awesome.
In year's time, we'll be at a 9 out of 10. That's because we're going to have our processes locked down by then. We're already working on it now. That includes our staff education process. We'll have a total of 9 staff by then, so that's another 4. We might have to replace 1 in there as well on visas. And we'll be taking advantage of the opportunities. So we're going to be ordering our own stuff from manufacturers in China. So we're going to take not only some of that stock to use in our salon, but we'll just start a distribution company.
Yep.
As well, so we may as well sell it to
Okay, cool.
To educate other people. So I think by then, I know by then that we'd be ready to open salon number 2 once those are locked in.
Awesome.
Those processes. For daily routine, I have no idea what a year's going to look like.
Daily routine is like diapers and vomit and.
Yeah, so I'm shooting for 8 out of 10 because I think I'll have to be a lot stricter on myself. I've got hope, guys. I've got hope.
Yeah.
Because there's some like not negotiable shit. Like I'm still going to be training every day.
Yep.
I'm still going to like this is.
Yep.
It's already not negotiable.
Yep. I think it's just like even have a chat to Liv, right? Like I think it's a big one. Like Liv's super good with it.
Yeah.
You know, for the first 3 months it's hard, but like after that, like Liv trains 4 mornings a week. You know, I look after the boys in the morning.
Yeah.
She comes back and she works. You know, she has like after 6 months, she has like you know she brought Finn in and she has a nanny now like 10 till 3.
Yeah, that's
It's like bang bang bang.
negotiables for us.
So it's like just
House managers,
yeah.
Like I don't want to be
Yeah.
full-time.
So it's just giving yourself the expectations before it happens so you know where you're moving. Clarity is key. Awesome.
Business will be an 8 out of 10, so the 2 facilities will be maxed out, and we'll have a manager. I will be into the leadership role completely, and we'll have a manager who, like Ryan, runs the place, grows the place, looks after everything, and I want to have the 3rd location mapped out, so not open, but set in stone. And the other thing is team development, which we massively have worked on the last few months and did talent LMS we've built and we've started doing all those processes and stuff. So I know that in 12 months we'll be able to have that locked down.
Awesome.
Daily routine, I'm going to shoot for a 9 out of 10.
Yep.
I will have family work life training balance. So work structure, so splitting myself, I've got to do this between these hours. I don't want to work on the weekends. I want to be more present at home and be, you know, mum. Not just, hold on, mum's just got to quickly do this for a second kind of thing. So that's my daily routine. And like Lydia, I'm also pregnant. So
Hey, everyone clap. Hey.
I don't know what happened there. So in 12 months, having 2 kids will be a bit tough, but at least Bailey, he'll be nearly 10, he can always babysit, so we'll
Sweet. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Sam.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah, so I put down 8 out of 10 for both. Firstly, I really want to hit our initial 12-month goal, and if we do that, I feel like we give it an 8. It's systems in place, so we're not having to do all the work ourselves as well. And in terms of daily routine, there's a couple of things I definitely would like to add, make sure to have that family time and I love my son, where we have those present moments because it makes me feel fucking team up a bit. And I'll that's what it is.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah, business 9 out of 10. So sort of business is going on the right track in terms of growth and scalability. With a good foundation with systems and processes in place. All locations at capacity as well, and also have a plan to start possibly franchising so we can get locations rolling out in a year's time. Daily routine 9 out of 10. So I want to be able to stick to a routine on a daily basis that works around business, health, and relationships. So I'm able to move forward all the time with everything, or without myself always going backwards or staying stagnated. So I just want to be always moving forward.
Awesome.
That routine will flow.
Yep.
Business 8, better support structure, so full-time manager, and systems in place to be more creative instead of reactive. Laser focus in what I want to achieve and time frames to achieve it, and getting more enjoyment and clarity in the direction the business is going and how it actually serves people and all the members and myself. Daily routine 9, so setting a standard of what's important to me and in who I want to be, not getting mixed up with all the daily clutter and making that a priority above all else. It's going to have a more positive effect on everyone around me and as well as obviously the business benefit too. And having a clear perspective and not getting as distracted as I have been.
Cool. Jen.
Okay, business 9. We will have a clear growth plan and everyone's daily tasks will be geared towards this. We will have weekly, monthly, quarterly tracking of budgets and KPIs. All staff will clearly know the progression path which tracks alongside business growth. Daily routine 9. I already feel like my family, health, work-life balance is really good. What will be different though is that my work tasks will be more high-level business growth rather than low-level dealing with people emotions. So more rewarding.
Yeah, I say 8 out of 10 for business, clarity of goal to build to 20 studios with international expansion so that we can focus on plan and similar to Jen, leading growth and strategy and not managing.
Shit.
Yeah. Routine, 9 out of 10. I'm just winging it. I resound myself to the fact that my routine is routine.
Okay. No worries.
So it's going to be 9 though, is that?
It's going to be a 9, but you're just going to love life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just give him a flower. Just put him out in the, just go leave peace and love. Just walk around. Exactly. Good luck, Jen. Yours is definitely going to be a 6. All right. So with this, guys, just want to have a look here. Like, obviously, we need this reflection for you guys in your diaries. You need to come and go, okay, this is where I'm tracking towards. Every 90 days, we should have, okay, where do we need to be in 90 days for this to happen and work towards that. It's super crucial. With this, we need to understand what's our, like, you should do this. You should understand this. I should go, what's your current monthly top line revenue and what's your yearly, essentially what you're projected on right now. And what's your bottom line, right? Like, so where's your net profit, right, monthly, and we're looking for a yearly basis. So with this, guys, who can do this based on their current numbers right now, okay, with your cash flow, hand up, who can give me these?
If we pull the cash flow out and have a look,
Yep. Okay, so you have a cash flow sheet, you can have clear projections, not going through a fucking Xero file. And yeah. Okay, so guys, this here, we've got 2 of us here, right, that can do it. That means most of us has no fucking clarity whatsoever what's going on in the business. Okay, so the cash flow challenge that's coming up like next month is super crucial for every single one of us to do. You guys to do it well, just to keep fine tuning it.
I misunderstood. I can
don't
see
have
what my past, I can't see what the future.
Future, okay, cool. So we need to get you in on that as well because we need to have a very clear plan. Like for us, I was saying to before, like I'm not going to go through this now, but like our cash flow for RBT, like this is just one of our businesses. Like one of our forecasts, it only goes up till June. We have a 2018-19 financial year as well. But we know we have 4 different businesses here, guys. We look at the total inflows as far as all money coming in on a weekly basis. And we essentially have our closing balance every single week for the next essentially 12 weeks or 16 weeks. We normally do it at 6 months at a time. So for me, I can go, cool, this is when I pay the leases, this is where like our combined services, we know which we have different companies for payroll, different companies for different stuff for us. So I can go, oh fuck, okay, I know in 8 weeks time, it's gonna be a bit tight, okay? Or in 12 weeks time or in 16 weeks time. You have to project this with your growth numbers as well. So like this is when your growth becomes a non-negotiable, okay? So your growth must be a non-negotiable. There's no more fucking wishy-washy shit. Okay, it's literally I was reading something the other day. The difference between a poor performing business person or a failing business person and someone who ends up succeeding is they buy success. Okay, like you literally just have to double down and buy success sometimes. So for any of us here, right, you might be still trying to figure out lead generation. If you're still trying to figure it out and it's not working 100%, just fucking buy lead generation. Like cut into your bottom line a little bit and buy it until it's fucking sorted. And it's like, okay, it's starting to really focus on, okay, what is the 4% that gives us the 64%? But this here, guys, is one of our cash flow sheets of like 1 million cash flow sheets. And then the huddle board weekly then impacts our cash flow. So it's like we have our new gyms, like direct debits, our total members we currently have. Don't start sharing this, bro. But this is the same as any business, right? So like with this, it goes, where are we seeing month to date as far as members, cancellations, new sales, upsells, suspensions, and we break this down as essentially across all of our gyms, and we talk about these numbers every single day, okay? So with this, you might not have that many parts at play, but it is how many leads do I need to hit over the daily, and how many quotes do I need to do, and how many sales do I need to do, and how many do I have to get jobs completed, whatever your 5 critical numbers are that you're focusing on, okay? And this is a constant evolution for us as well, guys, but those 5 numbers might slightly change, but this is what you talk about on your daily huddle to your different teams, okay? And if you are the only person that you talk to about it, then this is what you talk to yourself about on your own daily huddle every single day. Okay, because you have to have time looking at these numbers so you can go, okay, cool, this is where my essentially net profit is right now, and this is essentially where my gross revenue is now, but this is where it's going to be next month, in 12 months. Like, you need to map it out over 12 months, and for you guys, if you are combining, you need to do it the next 3 years. Like, it has to be like every month for 3 years plus your projections before you come together, so then you can get a proper evaluation. So otherwise they're buying hope. They need to buy, people buy, in this situation, they buy logic. So it has to be really super clear. So for you guys, this is like A1 top priority. Must get this done. Okay, so when we're looking at a big rock to move forward over the next 90 days is cash flow previous plus future projections for minimum 6 months time. So we can be on top of when we hire, how can we hire, who we hire based on when we need to put up ads and bring on anyone that we need to bring on, and new locations and new fucking teams and all that sort of stuff. You're projecting it out based on your cash flow. Now, guys, this is super, super crucial. Like I said, like the top business owners, they buy success. So if you don't have a consistent lead generation, you buy it. If you don't have consistent sales and you can do it, you do it, okay? Buy technicians. The technicians are easier to buy than the salesperson. The salesperson is the hardest fucking person to buy. Literally the hardest, right? Like, you can close better than anyone can close. So you're the last that's the last thing I would ever outsource, okay? Like for us that have gyms and we have businesses and stuff like that, you guys should be being the salespeople, not the essentially, like when selling core offers, you guys should be the salespeople, not the technicians. If you're doing technician stuff, outsource the technician stuff first, move into the sales role, because that's the 4% of the 64%. Because if you spent like 10 hours a week on sales, literally just doing consultations, and you're good at sales, that should be, in general business essentially, when we're selling core offers in a fitness scenario, $3,000 a sale, it should be about $18,000 a week. So that one location should be doing $1 million, okay? That's only with 6 hours a week from 10 hours of sales time. It's just you're focusing on stupid shit, okay? So if your gym's not $1 million a year right now, outsource technicians, start doing sales, okay? Literally that's gonna be the 4% that gives you the 64%. Okay, if you have multiple locations, maybe do sales at one, and then your whole time should be teaching sales to the people selling, because that's going to be the 4% that gives you the 64%. Guys, for some of us, the 4% that gives us 64% is lead generation, if we're good at lead generation. So you might go, okay, 4% of my time is here, 4% of my time is here, and 4% of my time is here essentially. Those are the 3 key areas, okay, whether it be my leadership, or whether it be my management, or whether it be my lead generation, or whether it be essentially my sales ability. But I'll tell you right now, the 4% that isn't the 64% is doing fucking building decks. Like, that's not it, right? Like, it's not the fucking thing. Like, doing training. Like, if you're still doing it in 90 days, you're failing, right? You are. And you might, I love it. I was like, okay, fantastic. Well, you're a business owner now, okay? You don't get to do everything you love. Sorry, fucking reality just hit you in the face. Like, or do it and hire a manager. But like most of us have such fucking egos that we don't want to work for a manager, because now you have a boss. You're not the boss, your manager's your boss. Okay? If you're choosing to be the technician, you must hire a manager who keeps you on your KPIs, because we're lazy sometimes as business owners as well. So this is what you have to understand, guys. Whether it be 90 days, I would hope that's a 90-day goal for all of us, if some of us are still technicians. If not, it's a 180-day goal, right? Minimum 6 months, Okay, 6 months, and you have to be focusing on the better priority of tasks, the genius level tasks. Like, you know, for us, like, you know, I have different businesses, different priorities. Like we talked about before, like my RBT, like all I do is my 4% is solving problems. Okay, so I meet on Mondays with literally, you're laughing at me, Sheree? Okay, you're like, you don't solve problems. You create them. No, but like my Mondays are just meeting with departments, right? So it's like I'll meet with Sam, then I'll meet with like whether it be sales or service delivery managers or cluster managers or IT or HR. Like I'll literally back to back, okay? Because all I'm like, what's your problem? Let's go through it weekly, because everyone has weekly rocks, they're moving forward, right? Or monthly rocks and quarterly rocks, they're moving forward. So we look exactly where they are with their rocks and we go, what's the roadblock? How can we get past it? So Mondays are literally that, okay? Wednesdays when I work at RBT, it's like, okay, let's look at the cash flow. I need to be on top of cash flow. Even though I hate it, I must be on top of it so I know where we can go with our company, because I make rash decisions on a fucking daily basis and I have a very high risk threshold, so at least brings me back in line a little bit. So that's a quick key thing for me as well. Marketing for RBT is a key thing as well. So I'll look at that on a Wednesday. And a key thing for me as well for RBT is innovation and optimization. Okay, so I'll do my leadership in there. So my 2 days is spread straight through those two things. I meet with the sales guy who looks after the sales teams, okay? And I meet with him. I can't meet with all the sales teams, okay? So I hired someone to do it. Like this is what you have to look at. If you can't meet with them all, but I only have 2 days a week for my business, okay? So you guys have like 5 days a week for your business. So for you, what is your time best spent? How can you do it? If it is sales currently, and 20 hours a week is sales or 15 hours a week is sales, what's gonna get the best ROI? Like we really have to start looking at this because you're spending time doing stuff you wanna do, not stuff you should be doing, okay? And unfortunately, as a business owner, most business owners that do what they wanna do are the ones that fail. Like they do. Because you don't do the stuff that needs to be done. You don't have either the hard conversations or you're not doing the sales because I don't like sales. It's like, okay, well, you got to do them. Like, this is such a crucial thing because then we can only truly understand and we can progress and control our goals. Like, it's super crucial. Who here thinks they need to change the priority of tasks they're currently focusing on over the next 6 months? Okay, cool. That's good. Like, we'll get into a task in a little bit. I just want you to write down the 4 tasks, not now, but we're going to get into like the 4 tasks you must let go of, okay, and 4 tasks you need to take up, or at least 1 task you need to take up. But guys, with this, like I want you to look at this here and our 1-year projection. I know we can't do this right now because a lot of us don't have it, but if we are making like, who knows the profit margin of their business at least? Profit margins, okay, cool. Profit margins per location, per studio, per everything. Do you know your profit margins? Like,
Nah, we've just been through a shit time with that bookkeeper, so.
Okay, no. That happens, right? Yeah. So for us, we must know profit margins, okay? So for us, we know that, okay, 29% of total income is on wages. 5% of total income is on marketing. Like this, like we have the percentages down. Leaves us at this part of our business, we have 32% profit. When we scale to this many locations, we have 40% profit. Okay, so I know the margins now and I know the margins in 12 months. And I know the margins in 24 months at 50 gyms versus 30 gyms versus essentially 20 gyms. Like you need to understand your margins based on the team that you need in 24 months, in 12 months, in this, because your margins will start to increase because with essentially scale comes more profit. So in 1 year, you need to work this out, okay? What is your top line revenue? We all understand, guys. I'm gonna get you to give me brief numbers right now. Okay, brief numbers, top line, let's just go monthly. Let's not do yearly, let's just do monthly. So do you wanna be doing $1 million a year? You're doing 80,000 a month, okay? When you're doing $10 million a year, guys, like you're doing like 800,000 a month or 880,000 a month. Whatever it is, top line revenue, write that number down. I just want one number on a piece of paper. 500K, 10,000 a month, right? So just pick your number, top line revenue on a monthly basis.
TJ, what's the difference between top line and bottom line?
So it's like gross revenue and net profit, right? So it's like we have gross revenue, how much money are we taking in, like all sales, all money coming in, and it's like how much profit is left at the end. Are you paying like tax? You're paying essentially your employees. You're paying like marketing costs. You're paying all different costs, right? So it'll be anywhere between like 8%, maybe if you've got really tight margins, up to like 50%, 60%, right? Like just totally depends on the business model.
Is this your projection or is this right now?
This, I want you to do 1 year from today. 1 year from today. Because the numbers give you a pinpoint, right, guys, of what needs to happen. Don't yawn on me, Jen. Don't yawn on me. So, guys, for you guys, how many locations right now? 14. So you want to be at 20 in a year. Okay. And each location does 400?
Approximately,
Yeah? So for you, top line, 1 year, 20 times 4.
Yeah.
8 million.
Yeah.
You wrote 6.
Yeah.
Did you write 6?
Done?
Did you write 6?
I did.
Okay. Stop thinking small, mate. I think you can do that. 20, you got 6 locations, and you just have to get the current ones to actually get to 400. Like 6 months of this next 12 months is getting that happening, and then 6 months is opening 1 a month, right? Like that's not that hard, guys. Okay, and if it is that hard, then something's a bottleneck. Something's broken, so we've got to fix that. The problem is, guys, we're setting our goals for the next 12 months based on the last 12 months' achievements. You aren't the person you were 12 months ago. Stop being that person. Set some proper fucking goals, right? Like, seriously. We want to set new goals that still push us outside our comfort zones, right? So if you're going to have 10 franchises in the next 12 months and your current one's both doing $1 million, right? So it's like, okay, this stream is $2 million, this stream is X dollars. It's like, that's my year projection top line. You might even have two gross revenues. One's a franchise and one's your current gyms.
That's what I'm doing, yeah. I'm just trying to figure out, obviously, what that would actually make a stage over 12 months, but yeah, get it.
These are real rough numbers, guys. I don't want us to, we're not going through cash flow or anything like that now. It's just seeing a pinpoint in 12 months' time. So we have our focus of what we need to be doing and where we need to be going. Bottom line revenue, guys, if you don't know what your bottom line revenue is, make it 25%. Okay? Literally make it 25%. It might be 20%. For you, it might be 40%. Like you have decent margins on yours. So if you know it, write that. If you don't know it, just write 25%. And then you've got 30 days to figure this shit out. And if it's 30%, happy days. If it's 20%, fucking find out how to get to 25%. Like 25% is a decent number to work off, guys. Like a normal gym, they run at like 10% margins and even up to like 14% margins. So like a big commercial gym. So that sort of sucks if like things get tight for them, like things really get tight. So you want to have margins around that 25 to 30% if you can, because when things get tight, you still got fluff, right? So it's really super crucial. So top line 1 year, bottom line 1 year on a monthly basis. So if it's $88,000 a month, and your net profit is 30% or 25%, it's $20,000 a month profit. So you're profiting $240,000 a year, okay? So you're making $250,000 profit from your $1 million business. You literally have 10 seconds. I know you might feel like you're just grabbing numbers right now, guys, but this is how all the best shit happens. Grab a number, work towards it, make it fucking scary, right? It's the fucking truth. Hand up, anyone struggling with this? I'm happy to just give you a number. And that's your fucking goal. Like, and no one in here should be having anything less than 500,000. If your number is lower than that, change your number. Everyone in here should be around, guys, If it's a 25% margin, should be around a minimum 600K, okay? Minimum. I would say you should have a minimum of 800K so you can get that 200K coming in as a profit. I prefer everyone in here to be a past the 7-figure business. All right, that's done. Now, guys, I'm gonna ask you a question you have to do right now. To achieve this goal that you just wrote down, okay? Actually, everyone tell me the top line number. I just wanna know what it is.
Monthly or yearly?
Monthly.
Oh, 620,000.
620,000. Okay, cool. 60K a month. 50K. 70. 83. 80. Awesome. Bryden.
175.
175.
My iPad just died, but I think it was about 193,000.
Fuck, your whole business has gone down now. About 170?
93.
Oh, sorry, 93. Oh, fuck. Lucky it died because it nearly gave you a crazy goal.
225.
225. Awesome. So with this, guys, at least we have, okay, we've got a number on the table. Our margins we can work out, guys. It's cool. What skills do you need to acquire personally to achieve this? So I'm going to get you to write this down. What skills do you need to acquire to achieve this? And what people do you need to hire to achieve this? So there's people acquisition and there's skill acquisition. You might write down anywhere between 1 to 3 skills you need to acquire. It'll be like, oh, learning how to get leads on demand, learning how to make it fucking rain with sales. It might like be anything, cash flow fucking management. Like it's a skill. So like whatever the skills you need to acquire to achieve this goal, write those down. Whichever people you need to acquire to ensure that your business gets to this actual outcome, who do you need to hire? 60 seconds, guys. It's only like 6 answers. So guys, because you aren't doing, like, and this is like these guys are doing like 6 of 5 million at the moment, something like that. Like with these guys, if they're better at their forecast, that's why they'll be like, yeah, for sure, we'll give you 10%. Why not? Like you'll find people willing to give you cash. And every single one of us, no matter where you are in your business, like if I gave you $50,000 right now, Lydia, would that help you get to your goals faster? Yeah, like you might say no.
Yeah.
Like for you, if it's 50, or it could be 150,000, it could be people development though. For you, that might be your biggest roadblock.
Our roadblock is time, and for me,
Yep.
time. So 50,000, I would dump that straight into like launching the distribution side of things.
Yep.
Rather than into the maybe 10 grand into
Yep.
lead development, but then getting stuff brand manager when
Yep.
you're launching that marketing,
Yep.
distribution, which is a separate arm.
Separate arm. Yep.
Yeah.
But for some of us, it might not be like these guys. Like full systems, you guys are good to go, just need cash, you guys are gonna scale. If you guys had more cash, could you scale fast? This is the question you've got to ask yourself. And guys, even if you don't need the money right now, the biggest thing in business, go and find the money, get the money, like don't take it, but get it approved, have something wanting to give you money, because then if you need the money, then you always have the money. The last thing is, if you get to fucking February in the year and you're like, fuck, like I've got 30,000 in bills and I didn't manage my cash flow correctly, but in November, you went and saw someone and you have a $50,000 line of credit, or you have a $50,000 loan that's already been pre-approved, or you have someone who wants to give you money, it's already sorted for February, because just in case, that's what's gonna get you through any tough time, because tough times happen in business, okay? This is super crucial. So no matter if you're gonna pay and open another 4 studios or just get through something that is stressful at times, like making sure that a roadblock for most of them is cash. And we can get cash off someone, bank, lenders, whatever it is, if we are good with our cash flow forecasts and management. I'm just trying to stress that to you guys now, so when you leave, you go, fuck, that is a big thing I need to focus on. All right, guys. Mastering our goals. It's just a couple of slides. I just want you to, I pulled these from the Rockefeller Habits. Obviously, guys, for this, like, it's a great book. Like the first thing, like mastering the right people, doing the right thing. I think that's the biggest thing, because like the first thing to actually start growing, guys, you got to optimize your current human capital. So your current people, optimize exactly what they're doing. The wrong people, we need to get them off our business straight away. Like when we leave this here, we need to start to performance people manage people out. We need to get rid of mediocrity in our businesses. And we also need to get the right people doing the right things. So if someone's like amazing at sales, like get them doing the 4% that gets the 64%. Okay? Start actually getting people, like no role is like set in stone in your businesses, just like no business plan is set in stone. If you find someone who's a sales gun, make them the salesperson, right? Like just because you've never had a salesperson before doesn't mean you can't have just a salesperson. Just because you haven't only had someone doing just technician work and nothing else doesn't mean they could be that. Like just because you have someone who should be great at management and not doing any technician doesn't mean they shouldn't be doing that. Like the roles will change inside your business, depends on people's talents as well. So you are probably underutilizing your talent you currently have. Like you're definitely underutilizing the talent you currently have in some regard. Do you think most of the guys are doing the 80-20, so 20% that gets you the 80% of the results in your teams? So like this is an internal question you have to ask yourself. And then guys, can you hire other people and grow your company faster? So again, another thing for us, like we've got a couple of sales managers inside the Victorian clubs at the moment, literally selling core offers and that's it. So we're not going LBEs. They're going, okay, we're going 50 sales a month at $3,000 packages and they're bringing $150,000 of sales in a month. And we're just driving leads only to a salesperson. Because if you can add essentially 50 sales at like 77 a week, you're adding, you know, what is it? I think it's $3,500 a week to the DD. All they have to do is be at a club for 3 months and the club's like pushing past capacity. So instead, we can let our people, coaches, spend their time focusing on members, and we can just go, okay, we can get there faster with a salesperson. So we've rolled that out across 3 of our clubs at the moment.
We've done the same where we just have salespeople specifically, but we've actually just started toying with the idea of making a call center just to do LBE.
Yeah, definitely. Like you could definitely do it. You could hire like 4 people, 5 people, just calling up, fucking closing deals. Like definitely do that. Because you guys, the margins aren't as big, I would go let the guys work on the upsells, and I would definitely focus on getting people who are good at sales, doing sales in a call center. Like, and it takes away any type of headaches. Because like for you guys, like the headaches you do with constantly upskilling salespeople who don't want to sell, is easier just to hire salespeople who do want to sell. And like get rid of like either decrease the guy's wages or put them on a 80, like essentially pro rata their wage, right? So now you're only working 80% of full time. So you're doing 30 hours instead of 38 hours. So now you actually get paid this on yearly because we've taken these tasks off you. Unless they can do tasks that still get them to do 38 hours a week. So guys, this is super crucial. Hire people who are great, maximize current talent. Next thing guys, when we look at it, we want to get the right people. So like one A player can do the work of 3. And you can see this guys for us at like 20 locations. Okay, you start to see it's like what's actually the potential in people. If you have like 1 location or 2 locations or 1 team or 2 teams, it's like, okay, the potential is like maybe 10 sales in a month. But at 20 locations, we've had some people doing 10 sales, like core sales when we ran like a 16-week challenge or something like that. One of the guys did 44 sales in 3 weeks, like just himself. So I'm like, okay, that's the fucking standard. So like we look at him, go, okay, what have you done? How have you done it? He's done background in sales, blah, blah, blah. And then it starts to go, okay, we need the right people doing the sales so we can actually bring people in at a faster rate and grow our gyms even faster. So for us, like at scale, you can go, okay, fantastic. Call center, probably a great idea, okay? Because getting the right people to do the right tasks. And if someone doesn't want to make sales, they'll either do it slower than they should, $1 dial every 6 minutes instead of $1 dial every 1 minute. So productivity goes out the window, or they'll do it half-assed and they won't make sales. Okay? So it could be looking at that. It could be like, you might be thinking, oh, but I can't bring someone in full-time, bring someone in part-time doing sales if that's what you should outsource. Like, people will work doing part-time sales for your business, and the amount of sales that they'll make pays for their own wage. When you have the right people, guys, you need to put them in the right position. Super crucial. And you just have to have an A player, because those A players lift the standard of the team. So if we're paying peanuts, we get monkeys, right? Like, we need to get an A player in, and it says there's a team of 4, and we have an A player there. They set the standard, which is why we need a tier 3 in every single RBT, because they're setting the standards for the tier 2s and the tier 1s and everyone else. So everyone has to rise to the occasion, not fall to the lowest common denominator. Yeah. So you must hire at least a player in every location, or always be there, because they drive standards. If not, mediocrity will breed. So don't be afraid to spend a little bit more, because spending a little bit more gives better customer experience, it gives better customer satisfaction, it keeps people for longer, means you spend less on lead generation, means they can do things faster. Everything happens because of the right people. And it's just obviously getting them to do the right thing, guys. So the 4 questions it says here is like, do you have the management practices and processes to take advantage of the market opportunity that you're pursuing? So with this, okay, do you have the right management practices to take on, because you guys just put the huddles in, which is great now, but before that, if I gave you 400K and go open 4 studios, be like, okay, that's going to be really stressful. But now if you have the right daily rhythm, okay, and the right management practices, maybe you have a weekly team meeting, maybe you have a 30-day full sit down, or a 60-day or a 90-day, 2-day debrief with all your people, whatever it is your rhythm that you currently have right now going to take you to your goal that you just set? That's a year from now. If it's not, we need to set a new rhythm. We need to set new management practices and processes that is needed to take our business to where it is. Do you have the habits, guys, and disciplines to maintain your competitive advantage? Like, what is your competitive advantage? Like, you have to understand. And do you have the habits and disciplines to do this? Like, it does require a strong daily routine. It does require discipline inside your business. We all said earlier, like, some of us allow mediocrity in our business. Will mediocrity get you the competitive advantage that you want? No, then discipline means you must get rid of mediocrity. Like, you have to get rid of it from your company. Is your organization structured properly to maximize productivity of the employees? Again, we just talked about that with sales. If someone doesn't want to sell and you're making them sell, are you maximizing productivity? No. Get them to do the 44% that gives them the 64%, hire someone to do the sales, right? It just is what it is. I'm not saying, and this isn't a push, it's just like essentially good salespeople. That's not it, guys. But some of the time we're just not maximizing the productivity of our employees because we're choosing to get them to do tasks they don't want to do. Like, and if you go, they have to do sales, it's like fantastic. They might have to a point, okay? And then when you can get a manager, and maybe the manager does sales like you have at the moment, and employees can focus on other stuff, or get them to go part-time, whatever it is you need to do. And can you deliver a consistent service or product offering? So with this, guys, if I go to all your locations, is the service exactly the same?
Yes and no.
So, no.
I see. Everyone thinks it is.
But it's not when you go there.
No.
Okay. So with this, like for yourself, it's like, it's really outlining this is what it is. Like, this is what the service is, this is what the service isn't. So every single time, like, when you have like 6 teams out there, it's exactly the same thing. For yourself, it's like, am I having a consistent quote done? Am I having a consistent time these guys rock up, and when they leave, are we hitting those numbers that we said to do this, do this, do this? Is it consistent when I meet and greet the person we're working for every single time? Like, the consistency is the language you use, the tonality you have, the appearance of your employees. Like, is it consistent, right? Because that's another one. Do you have consistency in how they look, in what they wear? Because that's crucial, right? These 4 questions, guys, if you answer no to any of them, you got to fix these. Like, this is going to give you tasks to work on over the next 90 days. And obviously, we have to set some core values. For all of us, guys, we should have some decent core values, because core values allow you to go, okay, are you living up to our standards of our company, or are you not? Now it's really clear. It's like black and white. So for us, you know, core values give obviously superior performance, and then they give you high employee retention. For our core values at RBT, we give prizes for the people over a 90-day period of time who are the best at a core value. So people get nominated, okay? As like, this is the best at this person. And you get all these essentially little nominations about how people are, you know, being result driven, which is essentially do everything you can to deliver a result. You go the extra mile for your team and your member, okay? So it might not be it might not be in sales, you might go for the team. Like, for example, Dean, the guy who did 46 sales, like he literally worked every morning and every night for 3 weeks straight because he wanted to win. Like, that's result driven. He worked when he wasn't even getting paid to work. Like, he just did extra fucking shifts to win the game. Right? I'm like, okay, man, cool, fucking crush it. Like, but that's what was driven him. That's a result driven thing. Or again, for Dean, right? Like, one of our clients was sick, and there's a couple of things that got submitted. One of the clients was sick. He went to the hospital and took them food for them because he wanted to make sure they were looked after. Like, that's result driven also. It's not sales, result driven for the team and the member and the client. So within that, every 90 days, it's like awards. Who actually was the most result driven person in RBT, and bang, you get a prize. Okay, so people are actually working towards our core values. But with this, if you aren't result driven, if you aren't hitting your results for your members' results or for your team's results, well, you're not in line with our core values. So we're gonna have to actually sit down with you and go, okay, this is where you are, this is where you need to be. This is a performance evaluation. If you can't get in line with our core values, you have to leave the company, right? So that's a super clear core value. Are you in or you out? Educate and empower. Committed to educate and empower myself and others to be the best version of themselves. If you're not buying a course a year for yourself at your own money, you can't be a part of RBT because clearly you're not committed to educate and empower yourself and others. If you're not doing your social media posts, okay, and educating our clients, then you're not part of our core values because you're not educating and empowering others. If you're not doing a seminar every 2 months, you're not part of our core values because you're not educating and empowering our clients. So bang, performance appraisal. So guys, under all these things has specifics that we can pull people up on, but it's super clear expectations. I know what my job is, and all my job revolves around these 4 core values. We inspire to achieve people to achieve their potential through hard work and grit, right? Like it's hard work. So if you're not inspiring people within yourself, so this is for us, it's within our trainers and ourselves. If you aren't working towards a goal with your own health or strength, then you have to leave the company because you aren't inspiring unless you are doing something for yourself. So it's super easy, guys, for us. It's black and white for us, guys. I'm not saying people have to wear a size 8 in this, like that's not what I'm saying. They must have goals and they must be working towards their goals because that inspires our clients to go towards their goals because it's practice what you preach. Community. We strive to get a community become where it's a sense of belonging and aim to become the 3rd place in people's lives. So like we stole the 3rd place obviously from Starbucks, like that's what they wanted, like to be the 3rd place in people's lives, home, work, Starbucks. But like, fuck Starbucks, they're not in Australia. So with this, the 3rd place in people's lives, like, and this is what people say, like, come to RBT for a community, they hang out. So what we're actually creating inside each of our gyms now, so we can actually be the 3rd place, is we're putting TVs up, we're putting couches in, we're creating a members zone where they can chill out and just hang out. So they don't feel like they come in and leave, they're gonna come in, they're gonna hang out, and that's what essentially our 200,000 worth of renovations over the next couple of months are, is creating a members area so they feel like they're a part of a community. But this is a part of our core values. Is this members zone, is it up to scratch? Do the people feel like they're a part of the community or not? So all of a sudden, these are the 4 core values in that company that drive every single decision. Because that's what your core values do. Guys, who here has very clear and defined core values? So essentially 80% of us guys, we really need to work on our core values, okay? Like we really do. Then once we go through this, guys, we need to understand what's our top 5 priorities for the year and quarter. We need our weekly data. We need our critical numbers. I've harped on about this, guys. And we have our business rhythm. So our business rhythm, guys, I've already touched on. You know, you should be having 90-day meetings, okay, with you and the leadership team, talking about what's going to happen over the next 90 days and the next 180 days. If you are the only person in the leadership team, then you have to do that every 90 days. Guys, and then you're breaking that down into 30-day chunks and into your weekly chunks and into your daily chunks. And Chris is going to talk more about goal setting on Saturday. But guys, your business flow must be moving rocks forward. It must be moving the critical pieces of your business forward. If marketing is something you need to get better at, then the next 90 days, you know, you read 7 books, you do 5 courses, you do this, you do that. Like, guys, like, you know, that's what it is. Like, acquire as much marketing knowledge as you possibly can. Like, as much. And guys, it's not just from the think tank. Like, it's as much marketing knowledge as you possibly can. Like, I buy courses like every month. I read 2 books every single week. But it's not to impress you, but to press upon you that knowledge, guys, is your most valuable asset. You must acquire more knowledge in the areas that you need to move forward in your business. So if you need to get better at cash flow management, yeah, do the cash flow challenge. That's over 30 days. Read 3 books on cash flow over those 30 days as well. Like, put the time aside to get better at it. Not just through what one person's saying, but multiple people are saying, guys. Then all of a sudden, when we have our daily rhythm, guys, we sort of go through our goals, guys. We talked about this last 90 days. That's why we're not sort of looking at it. But productivity, time blocking, scheduling, Pomodoros, 5 wins every single day. Every day you need to start the day. I need to have my 5 wins for the day, right? So what are my 5 wins? How am I going to win? What am I going to do? So whether it be the gym in the morning is a win, whether it be making a sale is a win, whether it be, you know, doing a team meeting is a win, whatever your wins are, tick, 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 5 wins every day, fucking won the day, right? But every single week you must have 25 wins, okay? You must have 25 wins. Every single month you must push 2 rocks forward. So cash flow is one of them. Marketing could be one of them. Sales could be one of them. 2 rocks every single month. So guys, it's so crucial that you have these 2 rocks you're moving forward, whether it be marketing, sales, service delivery, customer service, your HR, whether it be your recruitment or your happiness of your current employees, your IT or your finances. So Matt, for you, it might be like, I'm going to work on customer service for 30 days and lead generation for 30 days. Or it could be cash flow management and customer service. Like, pick 2 rocks, super focus on them. Okay, read 2 books on each and do 2 things on each of them, right? So you have a plan now. It's a process, it's a procedure. You like go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 in priority, and you tick them on and you get it done. Guys, anyone below 7 figures, and I just want to stress this to you, right? Anyone below 7 figures, it's a tough one, right? We do want to have a lifestyle, but at the same time, like, business is tough. Whilst you're a manager and you're a leader and you're everything, like, it's like 60-hour weeks. Like, it is. I'm sorry to tell you. Like, it could be 70-hour weeks. Like, I was saying to the girls last night, like, I used to, even up to like 1 million, 1.5, I was working like 20 to 22-hour days. Like to the point of like exhaustion sort of stuff. Because back then there wasn't ClickFunnels. It's like trying to learn how to fucking build a website. Like, it was like, there was none of this stuff that you guys do have now, but it should be still right now, guys. It is like 60-hour weeks. And if it's like, oh, but I have a family, it's like, okay, cool. Like, your family's asleep at 3 a.m. That's when you wake up. That's the fucking truth. And guys, just don't fucking complain, because no one fucking cares. Like, you decide to be a business owner. No one made you one. Once you get past your $1 million business and you have 250K, you're like, cool, I'm working 60 hours a week, I'm making 250K. Then it's like, okay, I'm gonna give $100,000 of my profit to someone to buy back time. Because now you're buying your life back. It's like, I just gave my life to make $1 million business, to make 250K, and it's like, okay, I need to buy my life back now. Here's $100,000. Now I'm making 150K still. Okay, cool. Now how do I make 2 million? Because once you have one business, you can start making 2. You might have to spend 100K of that 150K to hire someone to do that. Now you're left with 50K. So that's why I said don't live beyond your means. Just because you make 7 figures doesn't mean you make 7 figures. Like, it's not the truth, guys. But just because you have a business doesn't mean you're a lifestyle entrepreneur. Like the dream, the stories aren't true. The laptop lifestyle, right? You're not sitting by a pool, right? So I think the biggest thing with this, guys, I don't want to go, because I don't want anyone in 90 days' time go, oh, I just didn't have time to do the cash flow thing. I didn't have time to do the lead generation thing. It's like, that's fucking bullshit, right? Like, you have 24 hours a day. I have 24 hours a day. Like, every single one of us has 24 hours a day, right? There'll be 4 of us in 90 days' time that get it done. There'll be 6 of us making excuses on why it didn't get done, justifying your fucking life to everyone else, right? That's the truth, right? There's all the justifications, all the excuses, all the blame in the world. But unless we leave that aside and take the ownership on every minute, every day, every hour, if it takes 60 hours, if it takes fucking 70 hours, that's when you get it done. If you want to see your family still, if you have families, wake up at fucking 2 a.m. Like, wake up at 1 a.m., go to sleep at 10. Like, fucking sleep 3 hours a night for the next fucking 90 days. I really don't care. I don't care how you get it done. You just got to get it done. Like, this is the fucking reality of it. Like, I don't want to be just brutally honest, but I do. Like, and it's not going, oh, fuck you, TJ. But it's like, it's just the truth, guys. And sometimes, you know, I don't want us to make excuses, because excuses don't pay the bills. Unfortunately. I wish they did. Fuck. So guys, which department do we need to really move forward? We have the skill acquisition. We have the people development that we need. So which 2 rocks over the next 30 days? That's what you need. Get it done, no matter what. Guys, I'm not going to go too much into this. Just going through, like, we just need to make sure that we have our marketing plan in place. Okay, I don't care which funnel you have. Okay, this was literally a 1-minute slide of, guys, you must have an irresistible offer, a core offer, and a high ticket offer. You must. Or you must have a strategy session or a quote, a core offer, and a high ticket offer. Now, if you don't have the ability to get as many strategy sessions, quotes as you want, guys, that you need to hit your targets over the next 30 days, that is your fucking rock that you need to move forward, right? And if you can't move it forward, outsource it. The IO, if you don't have the ability to actually get it, then outsource it whilst you're learning it over the next 30 days. So you do both at the same time, right? But if you need 100 leads, get someone to give it to you, learn how to do it, and move forward with it. Whatever your goal is, get that done. Because there should be no excuse with marketing. Not a excuse. Guys, we need to look at our 5 ways. So we look at geometric growth, guys. You know, Jay Abraham talks about this a lot. So if we go to 33% of our business, you know, there's number of clients increased by 10%, number of transaction amount increased by 10%, number of average transactions increased by 10%. If we're doing a 100K business, and from that 100K, it's 100 clients, you know, each person pays us, you know, essentially $100, and we have 1 transaction a year, well, then it's a $10,000 business. If you have 110 clients, you get $110 off them, and you get them 1.1 times, all of a sudden you've got a $133,000 business. Just focusing on these 3 numbers, you're just 33% of your revenue. Like, it's a 33% growth. Now guys, this is what you need to be doing every 90 days. But you might go, oh, but I can't go for you, Darren. You might go, I can't get more than 1 transaction off someone. Like, you might be able to, you might not be able to. You go, okay, well, I need to increase by 10% clients and 20% average transaction. Or 20% clients, 10% average transaction. So every 90 days, guys, you know, I've talked about this for years. This is what we do. Like, 33% every 90 days. Compounding equals exponential growth. 33% this 90 days, 33% next 90 days. If you do that 4 times over the 4 quarters of the year, that's a 350% growth over the year. It's 350%. It's not 33%, it's 350 because it compounds. So it takes a $1 million business to 3.5 million, focusing on this. It takes a $10 million business to 35 million. It takes a $100,000 business to 350K. Guys, just focusing on these three numbers. So ask yourself, guys, what's 5 ways you can increase your clients? What's 5 ways you can increase your average transaction? What's 5 ways to increase your number of transactions? So write that down or take a photo of it. You have 24 hours to write down 15 answers. Now, do them. Do whichever ones you want to focus on. If it's 20% more clients or 10% more average transaction or 10% more transactions, whatever you need to do. So Matt, a big one for you is increasing average transaction, right? It's the customer experience that you've been working on, mate. So it's like, okay, that's what's 5 ways I can do it. I'm going to implement them. And you might go, I'm going to go 10% of my clients as well. So I might go 20% here, 10% there. I might go 20% here and 10% there. I might go 10, 10, 10. So it's like whichever ones you need, guys, like focus on those. Write down your 5 ways and implement them all. And then guys, this is when it comes down to the crucial thing. When you do this, guys, when you write down the 5 ways to increase clients, the 5 ways to get more money, the 5 ways to essentially get more transactions, you must write a 5 to 10 step procedure on how you're going to do this over the next 30 days, over the next 90 days. If you just go referrals, no, you must document the 20 steps, the 10 steps on how to actually achieve this for one of the ways to get more clients. Like you must do 5 steps, 10 steps, 25 steps, the procedure, and tick it off as it's done. Then in 30 days time, you'll come back, guys, and you'll have 25 ticks, or you'll have 3 ticks and go, didn't have time, right? And that means you're a loser because you didn't win. It's just the fucking truth. You either win or you lose. And if you have no money in the bank, you fucking lose. And sometimes you lose, guys. Like other shit takes priority. Last 90 days, bro, like you lost business, but you won in other areas. So now it's come back, fucking focus on business. We can't win every fucking day. Like it's fine. But guys, you need to go, okay, if I've got 4 quarters in a year, got to win 3 of them. Like you got your fucking 1 down now, you got to win the next 3. Like this is all of us. If you lose a quarter, you have to back up and win the next 3. Because otherwise you fucking lose the year. And that's why businesses go out of business, because they lose year on year and they fucking get drained. It's tiring. So you have to win 3 out of 4. And it all comes with actually making processes and sticking to them instead of making excuses and justifications. So guys, we need skills. Anyone can hustle to 500K or $1 million. But if you want to get past that, you want to get to 2, 3 million, guys, it's a different skill set. If you want to get to 10 million, it's a different skill set again. Your 464 continues to change at each of these marks. So if you're still doing the same stuff at like your stage right now as you're doing at 2 to 3 million, you have to change. Right? You can't, your priorities need to change. If you're doing the same stuff like after 500K to $1 million, your priorities have to change. 464, genius tasks change. So guys, you've got to make a commitment that you dedicate yourself to 1 hour a week improving productivity, sales motivation, sales performance, marketing and positioning, marketing strategies, marketing and sales effectiveness. It's 1 hour a day. Okay? 1 hour a day. Every day. You have to focus. If you do this, guys, on each of these areas, marketing positioning, sales performance, sales motivation, so it's 1 hour on each of those things, not a day, a week, but over the next 52 weeks, guys, essentially, we've had 52 hours on each of those things, on each of these things. Our business is completely innovated and optimized over a year. Innovation doesn't happen in a fortnight. Optimization doesn't happen in a fortnight either. It takes 52 weeks of constant and never-ending innovation, constant and never-ending improvement to get your business to where it needs to be, those goals you said. So that's why you can't just be the technician, because you have to spend like essentially 5 to 6 hours a week on each of these things to move it forward. get your learning management system done, have your KPIs done, okay guys? And that's really it. Like essentially managing our company will break down to manageable pieces, impact areas. These are your impact areas. If you aren't a 10 out of 10 on each of these areas, guys, okay, you rate yourself where you are, focus on the shitty ones first. Or hire someone to do it for you. Like it's the truth. Hire, this is the hard thing, right? You can buy your way out of problems or you can work your way out of problems. If you don't have time, you got to buy it. If you have time, you got to learn it if you don't have the cash. If you don't have time or money, like, fuck. You're fucked. Like you need to work, like you need to go, okay, how can I find the time? Or how can I find the money? It's starting getting resourceful. Like guys, you have all the resources in the world at your disposal. You just have to get resourceful to grab them. Like you can get money. We talked about this before. You just got to get your cash flow, your BAS, your forecast done. All of a sudden, 100K in your bank. Cool, I can hire someone. All right, that's might be what you need. It's like, oh shit, I don't know what I do each day. I need to fucking structure my life better so I have more time in the day. Or I need to get up 2 hours earlier so I can focus on an hour of these in the morning from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. before my family wakes up, or before I start my work. If that's what you have to do, guys, that's literally what you have to do. Because it's not a lack of resources ever, it's a lack of resourcefulness that actually stops you moving forward. Because there's never a lack of money or a lack of time. You're just spending your time on the wrong priority tasks, or you don't know how to find the money, right? The money comes from sales or it comes from other people giving you money to grow. That's it. Guys, do you have any questions, anything we talked about today? Yes?
Is there a cash flow challenge happening?
Yes, next month. So in March, there is literally the month of March, I believe. Email. If you haven't received it.
I'll leave posted it in the group as well.
So if not, sure, you just shoot me out an email. If you aren't in the cash flow challenge yet, get in the cash flow challenge. I think all of us in this room would benefit from it. Because guys, again, if you don't have time, the only way to get your way out of problems is to buy them. And if you can't get money because you haven't done your cash flow and your forecast, then focus on that for 30 days and then get money. And then you can buy your way out of problems, or you buy your way into growth. Either way. Some of us just takes time. Okay? Guys, it was not a depressing talk. I was trying to make sure we all have reality with our fucking lives, because it's not all blue skies sometimes, guys. It's doing the work. We have to wake up and do the work. Wake up and do the work. Because, like, if not, we just have excuses. Like, and no one wants to be here in a year's time doing the same thing as they did a year ago. And if you don't get over your excuses and just do the work and get productive and move forward, then that's where you'll be.